It's Week 16 of the National Football League.
And we've got Breece Hall.
He should be a busy man out of the backfield. It's the Patriots and the Raiders.
All that and more coming up next.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So now here come the Patriots to take over on offense. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000.
The tight end Henry here in motion. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Now here's Mahomes. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. It's Josh Allen that'll be orchestrating the offense, a 6'5" quarterback from Wyoming.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally. Kept the ball clean and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though. They trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Well, you look at this Patriots defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is a #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Throwing now is Allen. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 2. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Now they nabbed the rookie there for the 5-yard penalty.
So much going through his head. You know it just has to be, right? All of his assignments and realizing every game he plays, one of the better players in the league will be opposite him.
Allen going to throw. That's caught out right by Jennings. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 40. 7, and that will bring up second down. To the air, Allen. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Rolling, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Hassan Reddick showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. Third down and 6. Now Allen. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on third down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now Hall to start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now Mahomes. Hunter Henry brings it in. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Here's Mahomes to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Trying to find Breece Hall out of the backfield. But now it'll be 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Mahomes now to throw. Now he's free at the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Patriots have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and it ends with a New England touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Raiders offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And the numbers will show he's been one of the most productive QBs in the league all season long, right up there among the leaders in passing yardage. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Left side to Lamb.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second and a couple. He's got room at the 30.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 25-yard line. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. He covered a lot of ground. Great blocking, and now they can sniff that end zone.
They certainly can, and because of that run, maybe you come back and fake it to him on this play and throw a little play action. Someone should break wide open.
Allen now looks to throw. And that is incomplete here.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Now they empty the backfield and motion the running back right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. CeeDee Lamb, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Raiders have retaken the lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done.
Joey Sly on for the extra point.
And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Patriots offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And he's in the midst of a very solid season, currently second in the NFL in passing yards.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
They were looking good on second down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8.
Straight ahead is Hall. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he's brought down 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. They'll go again with Hall. And he gets it down to the 32. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. To throw, it's Mahomes. To the right side and intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Raiders are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receivers. He brings out this offense.
Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
Allen. Over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. To throw, it's Allen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by DJ Reed. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raiders offense and Christian McCaffrey ready to go once more. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
2nd down and 8.
Here's Allen to throw it. Able to get away.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen.
Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. from midfield. Here's Allen. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 24-yard line.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Christian McCaffrey.
A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Raiders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first two quarters.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it's now 17-14. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it's finished off by a receiving touchdown from Christian McCaffrey.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Patriots offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
Mahomes going to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Final shot before the half for Mahomes. And this one's incomplete. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And it's the Saints who have the lead in the second quarter. The Saints locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, it's off to Jacksonville to see what's going on with the Jags. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Rashee Rice, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. 3 touchdown passes there for Davis Mills. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Here's Allen.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost getting into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway, but the officials are going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's 3rd down.
Now Allen. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That's Kalijah Cansey in to get him down. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape, because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him. And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They go play action. Now Mahomes. He sets to fire deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And Patrick Mahomes, for all of his artistry and arm angles and what he can do in the short passing game, never forget he's got a cannon as well. He unleashes a big one there, but that time it winds up incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Short pass caught by Henry. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with a pick. And the Raiders are going to take over here up near the 40. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try?
Look at the big man rumble.
Look at the big man rumble. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
A great play there. 61 yards.
And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. Now Joey Sly for the point after.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So he got 9 yards that time, but he needed 10, and it brings up 4th and 1.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10.
So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Throwing now is Allen. That's caught by Jennings. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
McCaffrey on the counter. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Allen gonna throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Keon White got in there for the sack.
And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. To the air, Allen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Back to throw. Allen. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Back now in Foxborough as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. Las Vegas sending out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
New England's offense set to go. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. A check down, complete to Hall.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Throws right side, and that's complete. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Complete. It's Henry. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 more yards there and another first down. The tight end Henry here in motion. Now here's Mahomes. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. He had a great strong move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
The tight end Henry here in motion. Mahomes now to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork, but he's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Mahomes. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great effort there. 38 yards. And the Patriots have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 50 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
And what a tough spot for this defense, because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun, it's Allen. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 28. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes. He's got Henry.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Mahomes.
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Mahomes. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Raiders have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Now the Vegas offense heading back out there.
And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they will take a knee here. Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And this not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time and your body clock different from what you're used to west, because if you go east, you're going to lose up to 3 hours. right? So is your body going to be awake when it's time to play? A lot of teams actually rehearse it. They practice it. Maybe the week of the game, they move everything up to that time frame so guys get used to doing it that way. I remember when I played at Tennessee, when we had to go from east to west, our trainer, Tim Karen, said, leave your watches on East Coast time. Every piece of information we got was East Coast Standard Time. Try to psychologically tell us what to do, as well as prepare our bodies the same way.
choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left to edit league settings and It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we've got the Vikings star running back. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. It's the Vikings and the Packers on Thursday night primetime.
As the weekend approaches, let's settle in and end the week right, with an outstanding Thursday night contest here at the NFL on EA Sports. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate, Scott, Brock here with you as we get set for a division rematch. One side seeking the sweep, and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds contempt.
It breeds contempt. These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things in the paper. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you know your division foes.
Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And we're underway in prime time on Thursday Night Football. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. And here come the Vikings taking the field for their first drive of the game. And they'll be led out by this dual-threat quarterback.
And all those touchdowns he had last week, Kate, he traded every one of them in exchange for a victory. It's team over individual for him. So even though he himself is coming off the exact type of showing you want, that kind of efficiency usually wins you games, he's not happy about it. And he will be focusing on rectifying those things here.
And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about will power. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try.
And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on third down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Oh, looks like the defense got a little too excited there. That's going to be a penalty.
Encroachment, defense.
So we jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still third down.
It's 3rd and 5 for him after the penalty. He'll look to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
On first down, they'll run. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
That one's cut on the left sideline. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly, you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
His drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Escapes the pocket. And they score. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings start the game off right with a 6-0 lead. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Keyshawn Nixon with the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So the Packers offense getting set for their first drive. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this third-year QB.
That's a loss last week, Kate, that he wears. He's worn it all week long, and I know he isn't the only guy out there. There's 11 on the side on every play. A couple of interceptions. He's going to hold himself accountable. A lot of work's gone into making sure this week's game is an improvement on that.
And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Play brought to an end by Jonathan Grenard. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. Putting the tight end in motion. 3rd and long for him here. Legette's got it. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. That's complete to Legette. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here. It will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
He's charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard. Going to run again with Swift. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
It's results like that that drive the coordinators nuts. Premature balding, play, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative, the last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
Out is Jake Bates, ready to try to knock this through. From the right hash, 52 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all this concentration, every bit of the strength, to send that puppy through.
He's brought down to what looks like the 24-yard line. And Brock, we got a pretty good idea how a lot of the playoff picture is going to shake out, but still some time left for things to change near the end of the season. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now come out throwing. Short pass caught by his tight end. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Devon Fuller bringing that play to an end. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They're going play action. Dumped off to his running back. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Hit made by T.J. Edwards.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Pick up with 2 here, and it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. So we're through 1 as everyone tries to stay warm on what has been a very cold night. 7-3 is our score. More from U.S. Bank Stadium after the break. We're ready now for the 2nd quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Caught by the open man. That one goes for 31 yards and 1st down when all is said and done.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll go down here at the 16. That's a pickup of 9. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. He's got it on the bootleg. And his perfect start is over. That's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Now looking to throw. The throw is caught. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stuffed at the 2. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. It's 2nd and goal. Looking to the air here. And he's brought down for a loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. He is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook. He knocked him back across the line.
And he gets in. Touchdown! The Vikings now lead by 10. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Riker there to tack on the extra point. And the Vikings drive their lead to 11. Here's Riker set to kick this away. Nixon now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Packers and DeAndre Swift set for their next drive. And he's played a major impact in their passing game, too. Look at this. We're near the end of the season, and he's leading all NFL backs in receiving yards. To the air now on 1st and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
That's caught Tucker Kraft. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll be first down, Packers. Out of the shotgun, he gives to Swift. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Tight end motioning right. 2nd and 13. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Send everybody deep. I know he wants to wait to stretch the field and use his arm. Trouble is, you wait too long, you end up on your back.
That is Jake Bates ready to try to knock this through. You better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. Has the distance, but headed well left. No good. And it stays a 2-possession game and an 11-point margin.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
The Vikings returning their offense and this running back to the field. They have played lights out on offense. Scored their first 2 times out, Brock. A chance to go 3 for 3 and grow that lead here. They go play action on first. Connects on the crosser. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from Minneapolis. It's the Vikings with 1st and 10. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing now on 1st down. Completed over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, get the quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first. Working inside the red zone. We've got a screen to the running back. And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
He's got it. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. Going ground on 1st and goal. We'll take it in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings are racing them to the halftime locker room. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
One after try good by Riker. And the Vikings push their lead to 18. Here's Riker set to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Packers offense headed out late in the half. And losing by 3 scores, they'll have a final chance to take at least 3 off the deficit before halftime. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Take a look at that scoreboard, and you just can't backwards. If you're going to close this gap, you've got to stay on schedule. Had a hard time doing so with a double-digit deficit.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. In the early window, lots of good matchups to choose from. We'll highlight the game in Detroit, a big one for the Lions, as they'll square off with the New Orleans Saints. The 4 o'clock games have some intrigue as well, especially up in Buffalo, where it'll be the Bills taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And then lastly, the nation gets a good one on Monday night between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Tampa Bay Bucks. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Packers and this running back headed back out for a new series. And you can see he's valued well beyond his work just as a runner. He's leading NFL backs in receiving touchdowns late in this season. Here's Swift to start the drive. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Motioning the tight end now. Here's Swift on 2nd down. And he's tackled for a short gain. Just a couple on the pickup there, so back-to-back runs leave him with a 3rd and 8. They're throwing it. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. He's got it inside the 10. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Goal to go. They're passing. That's one right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that makes it 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown. The Packers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Point after up and good from Bates. And the Packers make it an 11-point ball game. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Starting from the 5. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
He completes it in traffic. And he gets him around 6 there. Brought down by Rasul Douglas. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 38. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Offside. Defense.
So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. First and 10, looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. From the red zone now. He brings it in. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
He'll throw it yet again. Has it in close. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And they score. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings push their lead further to start the half. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Reichard there to tack on the extra point. And the Vikings push their lead to 18. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. This return starts at the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. The Packers and Xavier Legette with the football once again. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Play action on first down. That's complete to Legette. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First down, here's Swift. And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Staying grounded with Swift. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Even on the outer edges of this field, Kate, a cornerback making a stop behind the line, it's impressive. But in the middle third, that takes a special and fearless type of cornerback.
And the Vikings add an extra defensive back for this 3rd down. They'll try and throw it here. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a Green Bay first down. They'll throw it. Toward the sideline, and he's got Legette. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
First down from the red zone. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be just inside the 10 before he goes out. 2nd and 3 now. They'll throw it again. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And he will score. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. That one not easy, Brock. Threading the needle there. Boy, there was a lot of traffic in the end zone, but he still found his man.
Yeah, you don't really recommend challenging double coverage in the end zone in this league, but when you give your receiver a chance in that spot, that's what they love. And sometimes you just have to trust that your guys are better than the ones surrounding him, and he'll go make that play anyway.
That one splits the uprights. We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. And they're a point closer now on the scoreboard. And after that last-second score in the 3rd, we'll resume play with a kickoff. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Vikings are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. Setting up a throw. Connects with his back, Aaron Jones. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Back to throw. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Breaks the tackle, still going. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Packers will take over possession. Running with Swift out of the gun. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 23. This is reeled in by Leggett. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Throwing now off play action. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Vikings have it now on his 8th pick of the year. I don't know what to be impressed by most, but how effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
The Vikings offense back to the field now. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. 1st and 10, they're going to throw. Connecting on the slant. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll throw it on 1st and goal. Dumped off to his running back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Throwing here on 2nd and a handful. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Minnesota! The Vikings have likely locked up the win right there. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
Went after try good by Reichert. And the Vikings push their lead to 18. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Nixon now to return it. The Packers all set to get back out there. And all game they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. That's incomplete left side. Not on the same page with his tight end. And it sets up 2nd down. Back to throw now. Legette's got it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Now after that play, we have somebody banged up down there. Injuries never a welcome sight so close to the end of the season. They're out to attend to him. Pass play on 1st and 10. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. 2nd and 3 now. Throwing it again here. And that's knocked away. And linebacker got him in the middle of the field. Incomplete.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. Offense up to the line fast. Another try following the sack. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up 3rd down. They're going play action. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Desperation time here on 4th. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I get it, it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
They're set up at the 35 now. Addison going in motion right. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he made the most of his running room on that one, getting it down to the 27. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Vikings about set to celebrate this win. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. First carry here for Aaron Jones. Still has room inside the 15. And he has it all the way down to the 8. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, he got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Here's a give on 1st and goal. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
They'll hand it to him again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. So they